Well, update 3.5, and I already have both of the new secret Saber and Sakura units. I'll be showcasing Sakura in the next video, so make sure to look out for that, but this video is going to be focused on showcasing the brand new Saber Alter character, which right here, I got Z+ stats and Blitz on her. So we're going to go ahead and see just how good she is. She has a very high DPS on placement. I believe this is the highest DPS that we've seen on placement. Now do remember, this is a curse unit, meaning you can use the Turbo Granny Familiar on it. So let me just go ahead and find any good one real quick. 4.3%. Okay, let's just go ahead and equip this to Saber Alter. There we go. But anyway, let's go ahead and read over the character's passives real quick. So the first passive, all enemies within 70% of this unit's range is slowed by 20%, making her a decent support unit right there, being able to slow down enemies on the path. Every unit placed by the same player without Sakura in its name and has not been corrupted by Sakura gains 15% SPA. For all enemies and units affected, gain 5% damage up to 50% damage, and she is immune to stats and debuffs. Ladies and gentlemen, that passive right there already makes her one of the best supports in the game, because she also does a lot of damage. The second passive, if a Sakura... Now this is a unit that gets better with the Sakura unit right here. If the Sakura unit is placed anywhere, this unit will do an additional attack sync to its SPA timer at 50% damage. Every additional attack increases range by 1% up to 30%, and this additional attack will not be Dark Excalibur, but contributes to its build-up, which is really good if we're going to read over the next passive right here. So the Dark Excalibur passive, after every 5 attacks, this unit will switch to Dark Excalibur for 1 attack. 20% SPA, 100 plus damage, 20% range, and it inflicts burn for 35% damage over 6 seconds during Dark Excalibur. But anyway, let's go ahead and test out this character in the Sandbox mode. Before we do that though, really quickly, might as well equip the cosmetic. It looks great. Gotta love it. I kind of wish it was just the sword though, but I don't mind being the unit itself. Okay, here we are in Planet Namek. Oh, you can see the cosmetic's kind of bugged because the Miku head is showing through it. With the hair sticking out, that's a pain, I guess. Anyway, now that we're in the Sandbox mode, give ourselves a crap ton of yen, and vote start right there, and place down the Saber Alter. Now, I guess we gotta wait for the attacks to load in because my game refuses to do this. It's a really funny thing.
2,000 years later.
So the first attack is a small circle AoE, and we can see the small circle around her that is shown in the first passive. So any enemy that walks into the circle right here is going to get slowed by 20%. So we're going to go ahead and summon in a few of these guys. Let's multiply their health by like 10 times just so they don't die immediately. Maybe multiply their speed by just a bit, just that way they actually get here quickly. But as we can see, they are getting slowed down ever so slightly upon going into the circle. Now that was the small circle AoE attack, but the next attack is a cone AoE, very similar to Chain's attack. Now, of course, I think they're going to live that, so we're going to have to just go ahead and put this guy back here, go ahead and just max him out, so that way then, never mind, that wasn't needed, because that would do a lot of damage, or not, it's not going to kill them. Never mind, I spoke too soon, that will, though. Anyway, moving back to this character, because Gojo's irrelevant now. Moving back to this character, 13k damage on upgrade 3, not bad, 5.3 seconds to attack, not the worst in the world. Upgrade it further, and you have a full AoE attack. Now this will last until upgrade 10. Upgrade 11 is when it changes into a different attack, its final attack, by the way. Now this is a full AoE attack, yet again, as you already saw. Go ahead and spawn in a bunch of these guys, and she attacks all around her. You can see the circle right here is actually getting a lot bigger. This is doing a lot of damage, 27k, and it does increase for the Dark Excalibur right there. So Dark Excalibur here is going to do 48k damage. So we're going to go ahead and summon in another one of these guys. And we can see this beautiful animation right here absolutely nuke that one thing. And that insta-kills, yet again, beautiful animation right there. And now moving on to its final attack, Starfall, which is a large circle AoE, I believe bigger than Diego's attack AoE. But this is the final attack, and it maxes out at 34k and 5.7 seconds to attack, which is really good. Now, I believe this did get slightly shadow nerfed, because if I'm not wrong, I think this was above 40k before, and it was closer to 8k DPS, so I think this did get a shadow nerf. So like we were doing before, we're going to go ahead and summon in some of these guys. That should be enough. And here we can see the attack animation. It looks really good. It jumps into the air, explodes them all. And now, okay, this is the Dark Excalibur right here, 49k and 5.7 seconds. So let's just go in at maybe 25 times health, Dragon Fang Beast, summon all those. Oh wait, never mind, that was not the Dark Excalibur, that is the Dark Excalibur. And we saw it did a lot of damage right there. So, overall, Saber Alter, a really good character. The familiar we have only makes it slightly better because more curse damage. So I would recommend finding a Turbo Granny with curse damage on it. That was a burp, sorry, McDonald's. Now, a little neat thing to note is that Ishtar does buff this character, but I believe they do get debuffed in the process. Yeah, right there, 15 plus SPA. So Ishtar does get nerfed, but it does buff Saber Alter's damage by 12% still. And I believe you can still buff this with a Subaru as well. Yup, and you can still buff it with a Subaru as well, so let's just go ahead, spend all the money on that, return to 0. And now the final DPS with both of these buffs applied is 48k with 5.7 seconds and a 47 range. Now, yet again, the range can be also increased by the, I believe, second passive right here, if you have a Sakura. But we'll be showcasing what Sakura can do in a different video. Anyway, select more enemies, we're going to spawn in more of these. Now, this is going to do a lot of damage, yet we can see this do... How much does Dark Excalibur do here? I don't actually know real quick, so we're going to keep summoning in stuff. I believe her attack, it does increase over time until Dark Excalibur happens, because this wasn't 59k before. So spawn in more of these guys. Yep, and right there, Dark Excalibur, 92k damage. That is a lot of damage, and that's just going to explode all of them right there. Yep, and our damage does get reset at the end. Overall, I highly recommend getting Saber Alter. It is definitely a meta unit. Disregard me saying probably, it is absolutely a meta unit right now. Very high damage, it slows down enemies, and it only gets better if you have Sakura, which, yet again, I've said this like 3 times now. Go watch the next video, because I'll be showcasing Sakura in that. Or don't if it's not out yet, watch someone else's if mine isn't out yet. I just stuttered a lot there, I am sorry about that. But anyway, I will be seeing you guys in the next video. Have a great day, good luck on the grind, and I will see you next time. Subscribe!
My name is Saber.